Hello everyone, in this video we're going to start doing some arcs and circumferences with the program Geogebra. In that order we're going to start education, maths, and we're going to start, as you can see, with this route, Geogebra. Here we are. Now we're going to expand, maximize the window, and we're going to shut that column, the algebraic view, and we are also going to use these both icons in order to get rid of the axis and the grid. So we have a blank white sheet space here available. Next we'll go directly into our menu for constructing, for building, for getting ourselves a circumference. In that sense we're going to start with this first one, circumference. We start with the center and then we open, so we get ourselves a circumference, as you can see here. Now we're going to start moving the circumference around. For that we select the icon for moving, choosing and moving, selecting. As you can see, we can move it around. By choosing that particular point we are going to change the radius, and if we change the center, as you can see, we move the center only, and the point that refers to the radius stays quiet, stays still. So if we want to move the full circumference, we have to select, to grab the circumference in one of the points that is not the radius or not the center. So we can move it around, as you can see here. Next we're going to select the circumference, as you can see here, and we're going to change the color. So as you can see, we can change the color, and we can change also the fill, and here we can also change the thickness of the trace of the outside, and we can even change the style of that circumference outline. Now we're going to draw also what is called a ray, una semirecta in Spanish, which is not a straight line fully, since it has a start and it also has an end. What I've done here is, I do it again for you, I'm going to start in the center of my circumference, and I'm going to click again on any point of our circumference, like this. Afterwards we go into choose to select and move again, and we're going to move around that point. So you can see that ray, esa semirecta, is moving along with us. Again, we're going to move the rest of the elements so you understand in what sense everything moves together. Yet if you try to take the ray and move it, as you can see, you cannot, since it is dependent of what? Of those both points that are linked to the circumference. Next we're going to draw a tangent circumference to this one, and particularly speaking we're going to use this precise point as the tangency point. In order to do so, we're going to take this circumference, as you can see here, we're going to do a center inside that ray, and we're going to open till it touches that particular point. Next we're going to take the select, choose and move, and again, as you can see, we will be able to change the radius of that circumference, but we won't be able to move it, since it is totally dependent of what? Of this point, of the tangency point, which is also dependent of the ray, and at the same time, and finally, to the first circumference we drew. So anyway, as you can see, this circumference is totally tangent to this other. Next we're going to start adding some arcs. So let's go to the menu and select the correspondent tool, in this case arc for a circumference. We're going to change, in this particular case, the color. We're going to red, and we're going to also change the thickness here a little bit. Now the way we draw an arc is the following way. You need always a point, which is going to be the center, an outside point, and then against the direction of the clock, that is anti-clockwards, you see, we are going to draw, as you can see, an arc. It's always going to be the same direction, you see. So if I want to insert an arc inside a circumference, like here the violet one, I will have to start selecting the center, then an outside point of my circumference, and then again I will draw that arc, and I'm going to finish in the tangency point specifically, as you can see here. If I want to continue on drawing here another arc, I will have to bear in mind that I have to go anti-clock. That is, again, the center. Then, instead of starting directly into the tangency point, I will have to do a click into the outline like this, and then I will have to go in the opposite direction of the clock till I finish on my tangency point like that. Now let's have a look how this construction behaves. We're going to take each and every one of those points, and we will be able, as you can see, to move around, and then the tangency point is going to allow us again to change so many things. So, for instance, if I want to change the position of my S construction, I will have to move the tangency point, and I will have to grab each and every one of those points. As you can see, it's very interactive. So, if I want to add some thickness to this kind of S construction, I will have to add some additional circumferences, which is the one thing that we're going to do next. I'm going to draw again another circumference with the center here, and I'm going to open till it touches this straight ray. Again, this color is not the one that I want, so I'm going to select that circumference, and I'm going to change the color, which is going to be black, and I'm also going to change the thickness, like that. I'm going to do the same thing only on the upper circumference, which is going to finish in that other point, which is going to be our tangency point. Again, change the color and the thickness. Why is that so? Because I want only the arcs to be red and have that particular thickness. Then, again, we're going to add some rays, again, semirectas. We're going to choose the center, and we're going to open it so it passes through the end of our upper part of the S, and we do the same thing on the bottom, the lower part of the S. So, this way, we will be able to finish our S the following way. Again, arc of circumference, change the color and the thickness to what we had before. And then, again, we will have to start with the center, opening with a point that is going to allow us to draw the full arc till it finishes on the tangency point. And now we're going to do the lower one. Remember, we always have to go against the clock direction. And that would be it all. If I want to finish also here with two segments, those are the ones that I'm going to select here, segment. Again, change the color and the thickness. And we finish closing the S. The good thing about this construction I've done is that it is totally, as you can see, perfectly dynamic. So I can change the angle of our arcs, we can change the radiuses of the upper one in comparison with the lower one, and we also will be able to change the proportion of radius from the lower and the higher. So that's the good thing about this. as you can see. If we want to get rid of the auxiliary lines, we will be able, but bear in mind there are two ways of getting rid of things. One, as you can see here, for instance, is deleting. If I do delete, I'm going to get rid for good. But in this case, if I delete any of those auxiliary lines, I will unfortunately also get rid of the rest of the construction. So I'm not going to delete anything more, since it is everything dependent. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start showing it. So I will hide it, as you can see, by unclicking Show the Object. Unclicking Mostrar Objeto, that's going to be good enough in order to not be in the middle of our beautiful drawing, and yet, as you can see, it's going to keep on being perfectly dynamic, as you can see here. Okay? So, finally, we're going to save our work, guardar, for instance, into the desktop here, and let's call it S, and you can upload it into your Aula Virtual or save it directly into a pen drive as you wish. Thank you for your attention, and let's meet together into the next video where we're going to draw a couple of ovals.